Et salut Tutu, comment ça va? Ça va.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
Ouais. J'ai du mal à raccrocher les wagons là. Ça s'était terminé la dernière fois sur... on venait de retrouver notre mère et là... je sais pas, j'ai l'impression que le jeu nous file plein de trucs qu'on connaît pas. Qu'on n'a pas vu, alors que je m'attendais à ce que ça soit un résumé des épisodes précédents. C'est un peu bizarre, on va voir. Ou alors c'était... ce coup-ci c'était peut-être l'inverse, c'était peut-être un avant-goût de ce qu'on va voir dans l'épisode. On va voir. Ce qui est un peu bizarre s'ils font ça, parce que si le contenu de l'épisode qu'on voit dépend de nos choix, ils peuvent pas les connaître à l'avance. Bon, 3 bouquins à équiper. De toute façon, il suffit juste que je choisisse celui que je veux pas. Vraiment. J'en ai 5 possibles. Alors, occultisme, érudition, conviction, diversion, étiquette et logique. Alors, étiquette et logique, je vais prendre. Pour le dernier, je vais me mettre en érudition. Ah, donc là ça nous remet bien là où on était. Ok, je préfère ça. Donc on avait découvert le cadavre dans la crypte. Qui se trouvait en dessous du jardin à l'intérieur. Et a priori, on se faisait surprendre par notre mère qui nous reconnaissait pas.
Wait, I don't...
So you've come at last.
Easy. Let me turn around. Oh my god, Mother, what has happened to you?
Who are you?
What? But, Mother!
Who are you?
It's me, Louis, your son.
No, you lie. You won't catch me out like that. Louis isn't here. He obeys his mother. He would never have come here.
Mother, I don't know what you've been through, but lower your arm, please.
You think I was born yesterday, do you? But it won't work.
I'm begging you.
One day you will fall.
Mother!
Why are you here?
Ah bah ça commence bien. Bon c'est pas timé, on a le temps. Et le jeu nous enchaîne direct parce qu'il nous a mis une altération d'état direct dès le début. Décontenancé, en même temps ça se justifie. Coup de point d'effort plus 1, ouh c'est pas sympa ça. On va très vite l'enlever. Alors par contre je me souviens jamais de quel raccourci est associé à quel objet. C'est le 2 pour les altérations d'état. Hein, bien, ça ira déjà un peu mieux. Alors, il y a des choix basiques. Je suis là pour elle ou Lord Mortimer m'a écrit. Conviction, il n'est pas disponible, effectivement, on n'a pas la compétence. Lui rappeler la quête du livre. Ça c'est l'occultisme. Ça coûte 0. Et il est temps de rentrer psychologie et en plus ça coûte plus 1. Là, je sais même pas pourquoi il coûte plus 1. Est-ce qu'on a psycho que niveau 1? Pourquoi pas. Ah bah on va commencer par celui qui coûte 0. Hein. Sauf si tu vois autre chose. Du coup, comme t'es seul sur le chat, c'est toi qui décideras. Celui qui coûte 0, ok, ça marche.
Remember? Alazif?
I was sure.
Where's the book,
Oops.
Mother?
So that's what you want? Well, you will never find it. Emily died for that.
What's got into her?
Tiens.
You are evil incarnate. Every word that comes out of your mouth is sharper than a razor blade.
I don't wish you any harm. Really, Mother. It's me, Louis.
Don't speak to me about him. You will never get him.
Mother, stop torturing yourself. It really is me, Louis. How can I convince you?
If you really are who you say you are, what was the saying I taught you?
You've been telling it to me since I was 3 years old, Mother. How could I ever forget it? Always keep your mind rational.
Ah, c'est pas timé. C'est quoi ce choix? Il y a que du ouvert. C'est bidon. Sachant qu'il y en a, tu peux payer pour le proposer alors que c'est exactement la même chose. C'est c'est vraiment bizarre. Ouais, je vais prendre celui-là, il coûte 0. C'est ouais, je sais pas. Le choix est vraiment chelou. Et on s'est récupéré un autre. Putain, épuisé quoi. Une compétence qu'on a utilisée, on est déjà épuisé. Ça commence bien. Allez, ouf.
And open.
You knew it. You are smart. You're getting me muddled up. Tell me rather, whose place were we at when I told you I was coming here?
Mother, I really am your son. You can't trick me. We were in Paris. We were investigating an art dealer.
His name?
Ah putain, fait chier. Stéphane Borchert, je crois. Botcher non, Bolchet non, Morchert non, c'est soit le Bolcher comme ça, soit Borchert. Je crois que c'était Borchert. On l'aurait pas ça dans le... Oh, c'est dommage. Peut-être dans l'inventaire, tiens. Ou pas. Non, mais je crois que c'est ça. Je crois que c'est Funboard Short. Ouais.
I just told you, you can't trick me. His name was von Borchert.
My God, everything is lost then. I refuse to believe it's really you, Louis. Otherwise, all this would be for nothing.
Mother, I don't know what happened to you, but don't worry. Everything is going to be fine. I'm here for you and...
No! I ordered you not to come with me.
I received a letter and Lord Mortimer informed me of your disappearance. So I took the...
No! 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 It's not true. It's a nightmare. Don't tell me that. Have you spoken to him?
Oh, shit.
Oui.
She's completely panicked because I spoke to Mortimer. It seems she's afraid of what he might have said to me about her.
Did he speak to you?
Bien sûr, il n'était pas là quand je suis arrivé. A-t-elle peur de ce qu'il m'a dit sur Adams? C'est con parce que ça coûte cher et j'ai l'impression que c'est pire que de dire qu'il était pas là quand je suis arrivé quoi. Mais alors après, elle du coup, de Rich et Sarah, ah, il est immunisé à l'occultisme, c'est con. Parce que ça, je pense que c'est vraiment pas ce qu'il faut lui dire, même si c'est honnête. Ça serait plutôt aller chercher des explications, quoi. Mais ça coûte 4. En même temps, on est quand même blindé niveau points et on peut aller en récupérer facilement vu que il y a tout un stock qui nous attend encore dans un coffre. Désolé, je suis pas à 100% dispo pour l'instant. Ok, ça marche. Bon, bah je vais faire les choix alors du coup. Ce sera bon dans 10 minutes. Ok. Bah À tout alors. Ouais, je vais faire ça.
Mother, I don't know what you're imagining, but don't worry. Everything will be all right. If you're worried about what I might think about Elizabeth Adams, honestly...
Oh, Louis! Elizabeth is the last of my worries right now. I did what I could for her, but it was too late.
Very well. Rational and open, Louis.
Since you arrived on the island, has anything strange happened to you?
Depends on what you mean by strange.
On a eu des visions, quand même. Non, je suis là quand même, c'est juste que je suis sur même... Ah! Donc je sais pas quoi. Oui, effectivement, je peux comprendre. À mon avis, le truc le plus étrange, parce qu'elle nous demande... Parce que nous, on a vécu d'étrange. Le coup de la main en moins, elle nous le dira plus tard. Comme Découverte posée avec la bête. Bof. On va peut-être pas la confronter tout de suite à soi. Ah, il y a bureau caché aussi. Le meurtre, oh putain, il y a quand même plein de trucs. Je vais quand même aller avec les visions, parce que c'est le premier truc qui nous est arrivé de bizarre. Hein.
Like me having visions, for example?
I knew it! It started!
Ah.
Oh,
Hell,
Louis, I just wish I...
Yes, it's happened to me. Like when I was a boy. I find myself in someone else's body for the space of a dream.
Have you ever dreamed of a different place to the one where you were sleeping, without being able to explain it?
No. But Mother, don't worry. I'm not losing my mind. Everything is fine. You used to give me a concoction to calm me down when I was little. So, just make some for me once we get back home.
Migraines? Loss of consciousness? Loss of control?
No, rest assured. All is well. I promise you.
What else?
Fuck, faut la calmer. C'est vrai que j'ai pas fait gaffe au... J'ai pas fait gaffe à l'objectif en haut à droite. Qu'est-ce qui pourrait la rassurer? On va peut-être pas... De toute façon le meurtre elle est déjà au courant. Le bureau caché aussi. Ça risque de la stresser, mais j'ai quand même bien envie de savoir. Hein. Allez.
Do you want to tell me about your relationship with Elizabeth Adams?
Louis, I don't know what you found out, but just know that I did everything I could to help her.
Oh, ça reste notre mère. Puis de toute façon, si on dit que c'est inacceptable, ça va la foutre sur les nerfs, ça va pas trop la calmer. Hein.
I'm sure you did, Mother.
Allez,
I'm not
réussi.
judging you.
You know, what she had to put up with was slowly gnawing away at her. Now shut up and listen to me. We might still have a chance. Something of utmost importance is going to play out right here.
What are you talking about?
A conference, Louis. I should think all Mortimer's guests have arrived by now, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Since this morning.
Perfect. The conference will be able to begin.
Indeed. It shouldn't be long and...
Let me finish. We haven't time. You will attend this conference, and you must find out what Mortimer is up to. Don't trust him, Louis. Understood? Louis, I made a mistake by coming here. We are in the lion's den.
What do you mean?
Mortimer, Holm, their guests. Watch what happens. Do you think it's normal that the representatives of the most powerful nations are here all on their own without anyone else? On an island in the middle of nowhere in total secrecy?
No, not really, but...
Louis! They shape the world. They manipulate us. Everything is decided here and now. They create and break states, provoke wars, destitute governments, or decide who will be their leaders. Open your eyes! Nothing is impossible for them. They are capable of reaching everyone, wherever they may be. Through high society banquets, they model the future of us all, and it isn't at all an issue for them.
And? What do you propose?
It's time to act, my son. You will go to this conference, and from the inside, you'll do everything you can to prevent Mortimer's plan from going ahead smoothly. We can talk later. I'll explain everything.
But why?
Do as I say, Louis. It's of the utmost importance. Beware of Mortimer. He won't let anything stand in his way.
You promised me that after...
Yes, after. Go now.
Yes, Mother, I'm going. One more thing, Mother. Emily Hillsborough, Emma's sister, came to this island looking for her sister. She probably won't hesitate to take revenge and...
It's the signal that the conference is starting, Louis. Don't be concerned about the Duchess. She's the last of our worries.
Pas trop d'accord avec ça. On l'aime bien, nous, la duchesse. Bon. Alors la sortie, c'est par là-bas. J'arrive à me paumer là-dedans. Ok, plus de sac. Alors il y avait la porte là-bas, on n'avait pas été. Cette zone, on n'a pas encore allé là. On va aller voir si on peut y aller. J'avais l'option dans l'épisode 2. Je l'ai toujours.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Je crois qu'on a des clés pour ça. Ah bah on a les deux en plus. Et alors j'ai l'impression qu'il y a quand même plusieurs coffres avec les mêmes éléments. Et que donc il y a 2 clés par coffre, donc on va essayer d'économiser. Sachant que maintenant en plus on peut les ouvrir grâce à la capacité subterfuge gratuitement, en tant qu'ils sont que de difficulté 3. Et bah de l'eau de mélisse, on en avait. Ah, et de la gelée royale par contre, ça m'intéresse. Note mystérieuse, tiens. Ok, alors c'était quoi les notes? Ah, c'était peut-être des... C'était les notes de Richer peut-être. Il nous en manquerait plus qu'une pour pouvoir le lire après. Ok. L'art du serrurier. Ah, c'est pas mal ça.
Hey, a Russian ruble. What will it be worth today?
Alors ça donne aussi sur le jardin, très bien. Par là on peut y aller. Impeccable. Est-ce que le serviteur... À mon avis le serviteur va nous bloquer le chemin. Ah, il y a un accès à l'étage. Oh, caméra qui est partie en sucette.
Mr. de Richet, you are expected at the conference. Please take the door to your left to join the guests.
Ok. Bien. Ça fait très solennel comme, comme pièce. Hein.
I have suspected it.
Alors Lord Mortimer, il est où? Il est tout au bout, je pense. Ah non, il est à droite. On va commencer par les autres invités. Peut-être des trucs à nous dire. Ah, de
My son, glad you're here. It seems Lord Mortimer's been waiting for you to arrive before beginning. What a pity your mother isn't here for the conference. I hope I'll be able to see her before I leave. I still have a very important letter to give to her.
Feeling all right, Louis? You look like you're miles away.
Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Lord Mortimer wants to talk to you, Louis. Don't make him wait.
Ouais. Bah, il attendra un petit moment quand même. Là, je me suis fait téléporter. Il se passe des trucs bizarres quand même.
I don't know if you ever found what you were looking for in the garden, but Mortimer is waiting for you. I suggest you get a move on.
You say it as if you were afraid of him.
Ah, c'est chiant parce que ça c'est sa faiblesse, je crois, la psycho. J'ai quand même bien envie d'en savoir plus sur lui parce que... Allez.
I sense that you have things you'd like to say, but something's holding you back. What is going on between you two?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost. The siren's song, Monsieur de Richet. You wake up one morning, not knowing where you are, and you think about everything you've done for a man who wasn't even worth it. For a man who has no respect for you, who uses you, and who drops you as soon as he no longer needs you. For me, it's too late now. But you still have a choice. Don't respond to his call, sir.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
I have already told her so once, by your desire.
Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not a little mistake somewhere?
Yes, because she asked
Ah, de la gelée, très bien.
and he could not help answering her, but she said
Ah, il est plein en plus. Il n'y a que ça dedans.
But it is not sound.
Ah, pas que.
It is not sound.
Your conjecture is totally
Ouh, il y a
wrong,
un
I
bon endroit.
assure you.
I have suspected it for some time, but now I am convinced.
I have already told her so once, by your desire.
Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not a little mistake somewhere?
Yes, because she asked him at last, and he could not help answering her, but she said he seemed quite angry at being spoken to.
But it is not.
Good evening, gentlemen. Are we ready? The much-awaited conference is about to begin?
That is what we have all been waiting for.
I believe that Lord Mortimer wishes to speak to you before it begins. You should go and see him. Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not a little mistake somewhere?
Yes, because she asked him at last, and he could not help answering her, but she said he seemed quite angry at being spoken to.
But it is not sound. You know it is not sound.
A cache.
Quand même plein d'objets qui traînent dans cette salle. D'ailleurs, à l'élixir, j'en prendrai bien un parce que j'ai 2 altérations d'état. Et on a fait le tour.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly, but what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry. You are not alone, Louis.
Very well.
Bon, qu'est-ce que c'est
Can
que
you
ce
give me a
colloque?
brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
Si le but c'est de faire planter son plan, comme notre mère a demandé, il suffit de mettre son veto à chaque fois. Hein. C'est comme en Union Européenne. Hop, veto. C'est pas décidé. Et autre question. Bah là je suis dispo, tu peux faire un court résumé du début. Bon, il s'est pas passé grand chose. Il y a juste notre mère qui nous a dit, qui nous a vite fait expliquer. Elle a plutôt passé son temps à vérifier que c'était bien nous qu'elle avait en face d'elle. Donc on a réussi à passer ça et au final on n'a pas eu le temps de lui demander une quelconque explication parce que le colloque allait bientôt commencer et tout ce qu'elle nous dit c'est de pas faire confiance à Mortimer, que comme on l'avait vu en fouillant son bureau caché a priori dans sa famille, ils se découpent le monde et ils essayent de le faire aller là où ils veulent. Et que du coup notre objectif serait de faire capoter son plan, et donc elle nous a demandé d'aller au colloque pour déterminer, pour choper des infos quoi, pour savoir qu'est-ce qu'il voudrait faire. Et donc là on est en train de poser des questions pour savoir à peu près comment on s'organise ce colloque. Donc a priori ils discutent de sujets, certains sujets, et ils prennent des décisions pour mettre des projets en place, et par contre il faut que l'unanimité, tout le monde vote et qu'il y ait l'unanimité pour les mettre en place. Donc moi j'étais en train de dire, si le but c'est de faire capoter leur plan, il suffit de voter non à chaque fois et basta, on n'en parle plus quoi. Mais bon, je suppose que ça va pas être aussi simple que ça. Est-ce qu'ils font ça depuis longtemps?
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Ils font ça combien de fois par an?
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
Ouais, qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait comme grande décision déjà?
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Je crois qu'on a posé toutes les questions.
Louis, let me keep you a moment. I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
Ok. Pour l'instant, on va le laisser continuer.
My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
Ouais, si je me rappelle bien, on l'aura vendu. Hein. Je sais plus qui l'a vendu. C'était pas Napoléon III? Ouais, je sais plus. Du coup, c'était bien plus tard que par rapport aux événements du jeu. Pourquoi ne pas tout dire? Toujours pas le rapport avec moi. Je ferais bien l'interrogatoire, ça coûte 0 plutôt que de la politique.
But why spread it over 2 phases? Why not announce the overall project immediately?
Unfortunately, if Spain were to hear that the intention of all this is to allow the United States to grow, they would never sign. Manuel Godoy is perfectly aware of President Washington's appetite. If the United States took Louisiana, Godoy would know full well that he will have lost the entire North American continent. Things must take place in several stages. Otherwise, the change will be too brutal, and he will have no choice but to reject the project. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Blast it, Mother. You didn't know about everything. His project is commendable. Why tell me to beware? Could you have gotten it wrong?
Louable, louable.
My friends, I propose we get started. First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur. I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
En même temps, notre perso est pas tout blanc, hein. Même en dehors de nos choix, ça reste un membre de l'ordre. Mais finalement, on en sait très peu hein, sur sur l'ordre. Ce qui est un peu difficile pour prendre certaines décisions et un peu juger les personnages. Juste le fait que ce soit une société secrète, bon, on prend ce qu'on veut, mais c'est pas trop ce qu'ils veulent au final. Ou alors je m'en souviens plus. Les remercier de leur accueil, moucher Godeuil, les saluer sans rien dire. Bon, on va les remercier.
Thank
Bon,
you
on va
all.
laisser s'exciter dans
I
son
am
coin.
honored to be among you today. I will strive to represent the interests of the Order as best I can.
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the east coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not the question.
Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France, free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
On n'a pas trop le choix. Des Anglais? Ouais. Bon, continue de me taire.
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President.
Il croit qu'il a
That is
des
why
amis.
I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Merde. Ah si. Oh putain, j'ai failli la louper.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
Ah non, on va protéger les chrétiens. C'est les citoyens comme les autres de toute façon.
Your Eminence, have no fear over that. I am sure France will do everything in its power to protect the Christians of Louisiana.
My young friend, how can you come out with such a remark after the discussion we had on the evening of your arrival? If France was so respectful of worship, it would not be bleeding priests, as it is doing at this very moment in time. Don't be naive. This is politics. The Holy See must be concerned at seeing such a large territory falling into the hands of the French. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich will sicher Ihnen, Emily. Ni Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
Ah, mais si chacun parle dans sa langue, ça va foutre la merde là. J'ai bien fait de prendre la linguistique.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume, and let Sir Gregory finish.
Home, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think you would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Bon, on fait quoi? Est-ce qu'ils se barrent tous quasiment? Ouais, il y en a quelques-uns qui restent, genre le révolutionnaire là. Comment il s'appelle? Perru. On n'a pas entendu parler lui. Sachant que aller des Holmes, ça serait potentiellement aider notre mère. Ou on pourrait justement rester des Mortimer pour faire double jeu et essayer d'en apprendre un peu plus. Ça pourrait être intéressant. Et pas dévoiler nos véritables intentions maintenant. Je sais pas ce que t'en penses, comme tu le sens. Sachant que ouais, y a la duchesse en plus là-bas. Ah, je sais pas trop. Hein. Je vais rester avec lui, tiens.
As for me, I think I shall remain with Lord Mortimer, Sir Gregory.
You are committing a grave error, Louis.
Time will tell.
Ouais, j'allais le dire, de base j'aurais dit Mortimer. Ok. Il y a tellement plus de noms de tout côté. Ouais, oui, mais bon.
My friends, I would like to thank you for staying.
Good God, William. What is this I hear about you reinforcing military power in Louisiana? I have no interest in having France for a neighbor, and you know that very well.
Calm down, George. Louis, explain our plan to Mr. Washington, please.
Pour l'instant, on va continuer. On va voir jusqu'où on peut aller.
President, Lord Mortimer anticipates that once France obtains Louisiana, they will cede it to you.
What do you mean? To us? The United States?
You heard right.
But
President Washington, the United States will double in size.
By what miracle have you...
You need to expand, George. You and France are the two major democracies in the modern world. It is necessary that you both become superpowers.
Are you really going to sponsor democracy throughout the world?
Of course, Monsieur Peru. That's why I don't want Spain to get too attached to those wetlands. Please continue, Louis. Explain my vision to Mr. President.
Conviction, on n'a pas... Genre, franchement, je n'ai pas tout compris. Et le J, ouais,
Mr. President, Lord Mortimer intends for you to conquer all the North American continent. He's relying on you to not stop at Louisiana, but to continue to push west.
Indeed, it would be dishonest to pretend that this is not my final objective.
But why didn't you tell me before?
Ouais, la spontanéité, c'est un peu naze. C'est plutôt pour garder un coup d'avance. Hein.
So, Home doesn't see it coming, but by the time it dawns on Senor Godoy, it'll be too late because he'll realize that he's just lost all the North American continent. We all know that you won't stop once the path is cleared before you.
What do you mean?
You see, Monsieur Peru, it's very likely that once Louisiana becomes American, President Washington will push out even more and take the West Coast.
William, you haven't changed. Always one step ahead.
One step ahead? You're joking. More like 5.
On that note, my friends, it's getting late. Mr. President, continue to take offense over my project when we resume the conference in the morning. You do it to a T. And if Sir Gregory has the audacity to send you an emissary to convince you to go against me, do me a favor. String him along if you can. The more they believe we are divided, the more we'll have our hands free.
Only too happy to oblige.
Now, let us get some rest. We've got a big day tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Louis, if you have a minute, I would like to
pas nous lâcher, lui.
I'm going to require your services.
How can I be of help? Tell me all about it.
Our adversaries are many, and the closing vote of the conference will soon be upon us. Time is of an essence. So, I'll need you to assist me this evening.
How can I help?
I need you to go this very evening to persuade Senor Godoy to join us. He is the backbone of Gregory's resistance. Turn him round, and all the others will follow in such a stampede that Gregory will be able to do nothing but admit defeat.
Lord Mortimer, with all due respect, don't you think I'm the last person Godoy wants to talk to?
I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
Ah, je sais plus, lui, il a de la conviction science. On peut tenter la psycho, même si j'y crois pas trop. Et que ça coûte 3 en plus. Mais je tenterais bien quand même.
Lord Mortimer, you're not telling me everything.
Let's say I wouldn't disapprove if the Right Honorable, though nonetheless choleric, Duke Manuel put you in his bad books. If it could motivate him to declare war on France, it would greatly serve our interests.
War? What do you mean?
I told you before the conference. The more we distract Spain from the Americas, the less it will have an eye on Louisiana.
But all the same, we're talking about a war in Europe.
Don't worry. That's why Mr. Bonaparte is with us. I am convinced we'll be perfectly capable of managing the conflict. And Senor Godoy is not a great soldier. He will not commit Spain to a long war that he won't be capable of managing.
I'll go straight away.
Thank you, my boy. And get some rest afterwards. Big day tomorrow.
Ouais. Pas trop fan de ce dernier truc.
Aren't you afraid our projects for Italy may be discovered before we... Oh. Please excuse us, Louis, but I need to speak with Lord Mortimer in private.
No. What do you want, Louis?
When are we supposed to vote?
The conference resumes tomorrow morning. That leaves little time for the little favor I spoke to you about.
Indeed. I'll go straight away.
Il a pas envie de parler de la faveur à... Si on fait ça, on met les pieds dans le plat. On va jouer l'innocent et...
I'm going to have a word with Duke Manuel, but you know him better than I do, I believe.
Yes. Avoid any marks of respect and protocol pertaining to his rank. He's not fond of courtly manners.
Thank you for the advice, my lord.
Ok.
I shall be leaving you.
Alors, je sais plus où est sa chambre. Chambre de la tour. Oui. Elle est pas indiquée sur la carte. Ok, bon, on va refaire le tour. Hein. C'était pas la chambre abandonnée, ça? Ok. Alors maintenant on peut y rentrer, je sais pas pourquoi. Très bien.
Dante's paradise.
Tiens encore.
Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
On voit pas grand chose quand même. Dans ce livre là on peut rien en faire. Il y a un coffre.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Damned, on n'a pas de clé. Et ça coûte 4 hein, quand même. Celui-là je vais le laisser. Il faudra juste se souvenir qu'il y en a un ici.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Ah, on peut aller visiter les autres. Ok. On peut même descendre. Bon, on va se balader un petit peu avant d'aller voir ce cher espagnol. C'est encore une chambre où il n'y a pas de monstre. C'est pas celle de... Ouais, si. Ok, on va ressortir.
President George Washington.
Alors, lui aussi, on peut aller le voir.
Monseigneur, His Eminence
Le cardinal, on peut pas aller le voir, tiens.
Huh, that's me.
C'est moi ou c'est cogné? On dirait qu'il y a quelqu'un qui frappe.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Ah, là je l'ai. Ça y est, c'est quand on commence à entendre des bruits bizarres. Non mais je suis pas fou, c'était comme si quelqu'un toquait à une porte. On va faire un petit tour sur la terrasse. Ah, ça va. Ça me rassure un peu. Ah, belle pleine lune. Ça, je l'avais récupéré, ce qu'il y avait. Ok. On va essayer de trouver d'où venait le bruit là. C'est quand même bizarre. Tiens. Ouais, il y a un truc planqué là. C'est une pièce, je pense. Yep. Ça a pas l'air de venir des fenêtres. Ah, je suis con. C'est le mec au fond. Il veut parler avec qui lui?
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ah. Ok, donc on va pas aller là en premier. J'aimerais bien parler à cette chère Emily. Eh ben on peut pas. Tiens, putain, il s'est passé quoi par ici?
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
D'ailleurs, il devrait pas être dans sa chambre, mais qu'il était.
Hey, Peru's name tag's fallen off, and his door's ajar.
Uh-huh. L'impression qu'il se passe des trucs bizarres. Oula.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the
Ça on
songs
l'avait
you
lu.
sent.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Qu'est-ce qui a bien pu se passer? Ça on l'avait lu aussi. Alors, on peut aller sur sa terrasse à lui. Ok. Un élixir en bas, attends. Hop. Ok, donc on l'a retrouvé. Il a l'air de s'être un petit peu énervé dans sa chambre.
Leave me, Derice. I don't feel like talking. Are you gonna keep sticking to me like glue? Hell's bells, I don't deserve this. There's nothing you can do for me.
What's going on? Maybe I can help.
Not anymore, you can't. Not against him. But thanks for the offer.
Who are you talking about?
You know very well.
Lord Mortimer? You talk as if you were in danger, monsieur. Has he threatened you in any way?
I'm done for, Monsieur de Richet. I played with the devil, and I lost.
Alors lui, ça... Il fait la balle psycho, donc ça coûte 4, mais bon... Ah, on pourrait utiliser... J'avais dit que j'utiliserais ça. Les... C'est les croix de mat... Non, pas le croix de matelot de Mélisse. Donc c'est 4. On va faire ça. Hop. Kratos.
Don't you think it would be good for you to shed your burden?
That is my intention.
You're worried. You have a secret. You're afraid of talking about it.
Je pense que c'est pour sa fille, vu qu'on avait trouvé les lettres.
You're protecting someone who's dear to you. And apparently, you're prepared to die for that person.
Twice over.
Are you afraid for your daughter?
What are you? Be careful, de Richet. Be very careful what you're about to say if you don't want to go flying off the balcony! What do you know about her?
Nothing apart from the fact that you love her and you're saying goodbye to her. I read your letter on your desk.
I ought to get rid of you.
Perhaps I can help you.
The hero syndrome. You always think you can fix things. She will be safer far away from me. That's it. What's more, no one must find out where or who she is. Is that clear?
Perfectly. But why say goodbye to her? She must still need you.
The only thing she needs is for him never to find her. Time is short, Louis. Follow my advice. Find your mother if she's still alive, and get out of here. Flee this damned island of doom.
Are we in danger?
You've been in danger since the minute you set foot on this rock. He wants you. He's sizing you up. He is circling around you. It's blindingly obvious. And you, flattered as you are, will soon be running around for him just to keep your place among his precious few. It feels so good to be accepted by him. You will experience power, wealth, glory. He will give it all to you until one day you will feel so eaten up inside that you will no longer know who you are. You will find yourself void of all conscience, of all freedom. You can no longer look at yourself in the mirror without feeling sick.
Refuse, I tell you. From now on, say no. No!
Look, I'm sorry about what happened on the night you arrived. You're a good man, Louis. You look after yourself. As for me, I shall take back my freedom tomorrow morning. I'm through with it all.
Je crois qu'il va mal finir.
Back in the saddle. I'm glad to hear it.
Come on. It's late. I'd like to get some rest.
Very well. I'll leave you then. See you tomorrow, monsieur.
Ah merde. Ah, ok. J'ai cru que ça nous faisait sortir de la chambre. Mais non. Mort de rire, la qualité du doublage parfois. Ouais, il y a un peu de... On est d'accord que ça nous fait pas rentrer dans la bonne chambre. Hein. C'est chez qui ça? Surprise. On est où là? Ah, chambre de Bonaparte. Tranquillou. Bon, normalement il est pas dans ça, il est pas ici. Là ils ont collé les deux français l'un à côté de l'autre.
As previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January.
Ah, du coup c'était le seul moyen de rentrer dans sa chambre.
amber.
Ah, j'avais loupé ça la première fois, tiens.
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles. A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Voilà qu'on est obligé de passer par le balcon pour pouvoir rentrer dans la chambre, c'est marrant ça. Bon, tout ça on l'avait lu. Ok, donc il y aurait la chambre de Washington, allez voir. Donc on continue notre petit tour. On peut pas aller au deuxième. Oui, ça c'était la chambre abandonnée.
Monsieur Johann van Wulner.
Alors lui on sait qu'il est pas dans sa chambre vu qu'il est devant la chambre de l'espagnol. Ouais, peut-être des trucs de nouveau, on sait jamais. Première fois qu'on va sur ce balcon, je l'ai royal. Et hop, il me parle à toi. Du coup, logiquement, ah c'est bien. J'allais dire, on devrait voir Perru sur le balcon en face, et effectivement, c'est vrai. Et logiquement, ça nous donnait au-dessus du jardin. Ouais. Je crois qu'il y a de l'ambre au fond. Yes.
A fragment of amber.
Allez. J'ai entendu un... Ouais, c'était la porte.
The Great Work of the Soul by S. Madone. Pure alchemy is a thought, an art that is performed on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect the latter by a series of processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate in spiritual fulfillment.
Tiens.
The human soul must descend, be corrupt, in order to become decomposed. It's something like what I felt when I think of what I found out about my mother. The soul broken up must be purified by the alchemist. Nice program. The soul must be transformed in order to attain sublimation by the recombination of the alchemist. It's tempting. Thus ends the great work, the incarnation of the purified spirit, the elevation of the soul now become perfect, its resurrection, thanks to the action of the alchemist. Except if the alchemist has bad intentions, then it's called manipulation. Very metaphorical as occult theories go, the human spirit being the prima materia of the alchemist.
Je sais pas si ça vaut le coup de redescendre, il y a peut-être du monde en bas. Ah tiens, ça donne par ici. Attends, c'est où ça exactement? On va faire le tour. Ici, il n'y a personne. Quand même des environnements où ça rame. Pourtant, il n'y a pas grand chose d'affiché. Tiens, quelqu'un qui joue au piano. Ah merde, mais c'est ce cher Godoy. Donc on va pas lui parler. Au final on a trouvé l'objectif. Ce qu'on fera en dernier. Est-ce qu'ici il y a du monde? Non.
I would like to come in.
I am sorry, sir, but that is not possible for the moment.
Why do you ask?
Sir Gregory's orders, sir.
Tiens.
Can you tell me where I can find Duke Manuel, please?
Alas, I do not know, sir. I can only assure you he is not in the small salon.
Very well. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Ouais, donc ils doivent... Bah oui, je suis bête. C'est le groupe qu'on a décidé de pas suivre qui doit être dedans. Du coup, la chambre de Washington, histoire qu'on ne perde pas trop de temps. Pérou on l'a fait, Bonaparte on l'a fait. Ah putain, c'est de l'autre côté.
Ah, Monsieur de Richet. You wouldn't have seen Duke Manuel by any chance, would you?
I was going to ask you the same question.
I wanted to speak to him, but no one will open the door. I'm not sure he's in there.
If I want to pass through, I'll have to get Volner out of the way.
On sait qu'il est pas là, donc... Forcer le passage. Lol. Fais le chercher ailleurs, c'est pas mal ça.
I've searched all over the manor, but I can't find him.
On va juste
One
fouiller la
thing's
chambre
for
si on
sure,
peut.
Monsieur de Richet. He's neither in his room nor on this floor. I've just looked all over.
I propose we both look for him. The first to find him tells the Duke that the other is also looking for him. Agreed?
Perfect. Let's do that. I shall have a look in the library. If you find the Duke before me, tell him I want to speak to him.
Yes.
Let's proceed as you say.
Thank you, Monsieur de Richet.
Right. Now be a good boy and go look somewhere else. Mary Louise of Parma.
Ah, c'est vrai qu'on n'a jamais été dans sa chambre, lui.
How ironic having a painting of the Queen of Spain in one's room, my Lord Duke. It looks like someone's hidden something on the back of this painting.
Une lettre, ouais.
It's a letter.
Of
course, it's written in Spanish. And it reeks of lavender. Well, well, Mr. Godoy, you seem very interested in hiding this letter. Another secret romance, I presume?
Masa qui manipule sans qu'on lui dise, on déteint. En même temps, c'était plus simple pour le faire partir. Puis c'était pas manipulé dans le sens tirer profit de quelqu'un, quoi. Parce qu'au final, la proposition qu'on lui a faite, elle tenait la route. On lui a juste pas dit qu'on l'avait déjà croisé. Traduire la lettre. Avec 4. Ouais, je peux faire l'autre de mes listes, tiens. J'ai dit que... Je suis blindé et que j'en ai un peu partout.
So, let's see what it says.
Va attendre Pépita. Pépita. Je suis contrit d'être si loin de toi à nouveau, même pour le bien de mon pays. Je souffre d'avoir dû partir sur cette dispute inutile, car tu es la seule que j'aime. Josepha à jamais. What? Ah oui, Pépita, ça doit être un petit surnom affectif. Je te l'ai dit, tout ce que j'ai, tout ce que je pourrais t'offrir, je ne le dois qu'à l'affection de la reine. Soyons unis, je t'en prie, même dans le sacrifice, pour nous, nos enfants à venir. Cesse d'être jalouse, toi seul occupe mes pensées, le reste n'est que du théâtre, je te le jure.
It seems that the Queen isn't the only one enjoying the Lord Duke's favors. If the Queen found out, it would cost him dearly. I'll keep it with me. You never know.
Ah, comme ça. Sympa. Et qu'il rationalise en plus, parfait. Ah! Motif de l'air, on va pouvoir aller ouvrir le coffre dans la chambre abandonnée. Ça, c'est une bonne nouvelle. Utiliser de la gelée pour un point au lieu de 2. Ah, je sais pas. Je vais la laisser là, celle-là. J'ai pas envie de gaspiller.
The Kiss of Judas, painted by Caravaggio. This is how Judas pointed out Christ to the Roman soldiers. Can you imagine a worse betrayal?
Monsieur le Duc, voici les informations obtenues par nos services de renseignement. Je confirme que Monsieur A travaille effectivement sur un accord avec la Grande-Bretagne. Le but semble d'affaiblir l'économie française, mais en sous-main également espagnole par la saisie de marchandises en mer. Le comptoir souffre déjà de l'embargo sur les denrées françaises, un tel traité signerait la ruine de nos colonies. Je ne doute pas que vous saurez rapidement trouver une issue diplomatique dans l'attente de vos nouvelles instructions. Et c'est pas signé. Ah, on peut aller sur la terrasse.
Don Quixote. Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim. I'm gonna have to think about that one. Prometheus, punished for stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man.
Ah, c'est celui qui se faisait bouffer le foie. Pas sympa ça.
Brutus and his companions taking an oath to kill Caesar.
C'est bizarre, hein, il y a quand même pas mal de tableaux sur des traîtres dans sa chambre.
Charles IV of Spain. Now there's no chance of Godoy forgetting who he owes everything to.
un bouquin. Blesse de l'épée. Tac 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 tac. Il est où? Agilité, pourquoi pas.
Maria Louisa of Parma. Although not Godoy's true love, the Queen is his benefactress according to some people.
A fragment of amber.
Cool. Qui reste la terrasse, allez voir. Ah mais c'est pas la chambre juste à côté de la nôtre ça. Ah si c'est ça. Ah dis donc, il a pas grand chose en terrasse, nous on a tout le reste. Bon c'est juste parce qu'il y a les meubles entre les deux mais quand même. Que je dis ça mais en fait, bon si il a que ça. Ah j'avais dit il y avait Washington et après on le descend le voir à son piano. Alors Washington, c'est le plus très loin. Hein. Ah quand même un peu. Je suis dans le bon côté ou pas? Oui.
President George Washington.
Ça se trouve il va même pas être là.
Locked.
Ouais, c'est pas un problème ça. Quoi du 2-3, ça coûte que 1. Allez.
The president's personal reserve of laudanum, and judging by the quantity, he can't go without it.
C'est pas ce qu'il nous avait dit. Bon,
ah, there's also a letter.
Peut-être un rapport avec Elisabeth ça. Président, je vous fais réponse au plus vite. Nous en avons déjà parlé avant votre départ, mais je constate que ça ne s'améliore pas. Je vous presse de suivre mon conseil et de stopper votre prise de laudanum instamment. Je recherche déjà un substitut, et vous ne pouvez plus attendre, j'en ai bien peur. Votre trop grande consommation risque de nuire définitivement à votre prochain mandat. Votre dépendance met en péril vos plus hautes fonctions, mon ami. Je n'y vois aucune solution, si ce n'est d'arrêter vos prises quotidiennes, je regrette. Votre dévoué, Dr. W. Thompson. Ah, il y avait un bout d'ombre. Cool. Et a priori, il est pas dans sa chambre. Quoique. Bon. Il est pas là. Alors, j'avais dit cette chambre là, donc c'est celle qui est derrière moi. Histoire d'aller voir le coffre là avec la clé de l'air. Et on en aura fini avec cet étage là.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Ah, un morceau d'ombre. Cool. Et il vient d'élixir d'or. 2 élixirs. Ok. Je crois que j'ai vraiment bien fait de prendre mes compétences en subterfuge pour pouvoir ouvrir tous les coffres. L'escalier le plus près pour descendre, c'est où? Derrière moi.
Duke Manuel?
Well, well. Monsieur de Richet, I was not expecting you. I am not in the mood, sir, I warn you. What do you want from me, sir?
Une confrontation. Alors, il a quoi de d'immunité, lui? Ici. On n'en connaît aucune. Le rallye à Mortimer, je vais lui prendre l'air. Ah, on va lui dire que l'autre le recherche.
I've come to warn you that Volner is looking for you.
For what reason?
That I don't know. He didn't say.
Well, he can wait. Thank you, sir. Just tell me one thing, monsieur. Why did you side with Mortimer? He is alone, isolated. The United States can do nothing to help you, and France is surrounded by over 10 countries, just waiting for the word to pounce. Really, I do not see why you choose Mortimer.
On va peut-être pas engager l'ordre. Hein. Les États-Unis deviendraient le plus grand État. Ah, c'est tout lui balancer, ça. C'était quoi sa faiblesse? Il en a pas. Enfin, du moins, on la connaît pas. À moins que j'ai loupé une qu'on a découvert là. Non. Non, on connaît rien, celui. Ça veut dire qu'on lui expose le plan entier de Mortimer, on est d'accord? Parce que pour l'instant, si c'est juste céder la Louisiane à la France, ça donne rien sur les États-Unis. Coûte 1 et ça coûte 3 quand même. Mais j'ai pas envie de dire que l'ordre soutient Mortimer parce que c'est pas... Ouais, pas top le diplomatique, j'hésite pour l'occulte. Ouais, mais dire que l'ordre le soutient, c'est quand même un... Je sais pas. Ça, c'est sûr qu'il va pas aimer. Qui vient d'une monarchie. Et ça, bon, c'est vraiment le choix par défaut, donc je sais pas trop. J'hésite entre les deux. Et je pencherai plus pour la politique quand même. T'as un avis définitif ou... Fais comme tu le sens, mais n'oublie jamais les origines de notre perso. Ouais, c'est pas faux, allez. Puis ça coûte le moins cher. Hein.
The Golden Order, my friend. The Order is everywhere. We come from France. We are present in the United States, England, and many other countries. We have ambitions and the means to carry them out. You'll see, once all hell breaks out and your English support starts to fade away. The Order is an international organization. It matters little what governments do. Otherwise, why would Mortimer have gone to the trouble of inviting my mother?
If you're right, Sir Gregory has got it all wrong. Tell me, do you really believe Spain has any interest in ceding Louisiana to France?
Ok, il est faible l'occultisme. Voilà, c'est pas l'occultisme, c'est la manipulation. Mais là, comme ça, je ne vois pas. J'avais pas vu la proposition. Lutter contre l'engouttement. Wow. Son intérêt, je pense que c'est celui de Sir Gregory, non? Bon, on va continuer dans la manipulation. On est d'accord, les gars s'éclatent quand même dans les réponses. Ouais, ça va.
Duke Manuel, for Spain, I don't know. But for you, I'm convinced that Lord Mortimer will thank you generously.
You would not be trying to bribe me, would you?
Nothing could be further from my mind. It would be an insult to believe that someone such as yourself might have a practical attitude towards its virtue. Even so, it is only natural that you be supported and encouraged if you were to follow Lord Mortimer, isn't it?
Indeed, for services rendered, it would be natural for me to receive compensation for the time spent achieving such an undertaking, yes?
Naturally. And, given your status, my Lord Duke, the compensation would have to be considerable.
Naturally. Tell me one last thing. What would I gain from all this?
Faites-le chanter. Ah, c'est vrai qu'on pourrait le faire chanter avec la lettre qu'on a découverte dans sa chambre. C'est pas trop subtil. Oh, ça c'est de la diversion, c'est naze. Conviction parce qu'on peut pas le faire. Le pousser à bout. Je sais pas pourquoi c'est pas dispo. Bon. Vous consolidez votre position à la cour d'Espagne. Je sais pas trop. Vous libérez de Holm, c'est pas mal ça. Après on sait pas trop qu'est-ce qui... Ah si, c'est vrai qu'on avait surpris une de leurs conversations où ils se plaignaient de... Ouais, ça irait pile dans le mille. Je pense que je vais dire ça.
You unshackle yourself from Sir Gregory, who, let's face it, takes up a lot of space.
What are you talking about?
My friend, I'm guessing that you wouldn't mind getting a little freedom from the overbearing control he exerts?
I would never have gotten where I am today without him. He is an influential man, who is true to his word, and who has always given me his full attention.
But he obliges you to...
That's enough.
Ah, merde.
I will not allow you to stab him in the back. Sir Gregory is a respectable gentleman, and your petty manipulations have no effect on me. If that is your only argument, then you are on the wrong track.
Ah, on a le poussé à bout maintenant. Le faire chanter, ça serait... je sais pas. J'hésite entre deux trucs. Le faire chanter ou consolider sa position à la cour d'Espagne. T'aurais un choix? Consolider ça passerait je pense, mais c'est pas super fun. On est d'accord hein. Je pense pareil. Donc bonne réponse ou réponse fun? Ah, je sais pas trop. Sachant que c'est la dernière chance. Après, si on n'arrive pas à le convaincre, j'ai envie de dire, ça fout des bâtons dans les roues à... Quoique. Parce qu'il espérait qu'on tombe pas dans... Enfin, qu'ils nous prennent en grippe. Et que ça déclenche une guerre, donc il faudrait plutôt le réussir, non? En plus, ça éviterait d'une guerre, donc... Consolider, ouais. Ça se trouve, ça va pas être ça. Bon,
My Lord Duke, in these uncertain times, I believe it would be to your advantage to be rid of Louisiana in order to focus your attention on your colonies in the South. It will show the court the man you really are and how much you truly deserve your position.
And it will silence all the jibes and jeers aimed at my person. Then people would only see me as the man who consolidated the frontiers of the Spanish Empire.
What a statesman you are.
Come on, you fool, give it up. You're trapped like a rat.
Monsieur, I am astounded. I did not think you capable, but you have succeeded. I will be more wary of you the next time. Nonetheless, if you can guarantee Lord Mortimer's support, then yes, you can count on my vote when the time comes. However, I expect you to be discreet with regard to my former partners, without which our agreement will become null and void.
Of course, my Lord Duke. You can count on me. Lord Mortimer will be delighted to hear the news.
I hope you know what you are getting into, Louis. I bid you good luck.
Good night, my Lord Duke.
See you tomorrow.
Well, that's one thing out of the way.
Only thing left to do is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
Allez vous coucher. Ouais, ils auraient pu nous amener directement à la piole. Je sais pas si on peut passer par là du coup. On est bon quand même. Ouais, ça va, on se démerde pas trop mal. On a eu quelques loupés, mais dans l'ensemble, ça. Alors, si on nous demande d'aller nous coucher, c'est peut-être qu'il y a quelqu'un qui nous attend dans notre chambre. Maintenant que j'y pense. Le plus court chemin. Ouais, c'est à droite. C'est fou, hein, j'arrive toujours pas à me rappeler de la disposition du de l'étage.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ouais, plus très loin, hein.
Huh, that's me.
Ah. Alors, surprise. Ouais, peut-être notre mère d'ailleurs. Ah non. Oh.
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
Va dormir, Louis, c'est pas le moment. Non, non, tu déranges pas.
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, you surprised me during the conference.
Why's that?
Well, you are going to lose. Why stay with Lord Mortimer?
I believe he has every chance of winning.
My, you are a rash one. However, if ever you want to change sides, please feel free to let me know.
Tué là, oui, on est d'accord.
You didn't come here to try and make me change my mind, did you?
That's the last thing on my mind. Although you would have everything to gain by it.
J'ai envie de savoir, t'as quoi comme argument?
Do you perhaps know something that I don't? Come on, Emily. It's time you lay your cards on the table.
Je dirais plutôt sur Mortimer, ça m'intéresse plus.
If you know something I don't about Lord Mortimer, now's the time.
I don't want to speak ill of him, but in certain circles, you can't exactly say he has a good reputation.
Continue.
Well, there have been instances where he has used people, then gotten rid of them once he no longer seemed to need them, Louis. He makes fine promises, makes you feel valuable, tests you. But beware. I'm worried that something might happen to you.
Are you advising me to change sides as a precaution?
I'd rather say as a safety measure. Louis, if you trust me, you ought to ask yourself why I have chosen home. You do trust me, don't you?
Oh, la question piège. Non, mais fais lui croire que oui. Ah putain. C'est raccord avec le perso, on est d'accord. De toute façon, j'aurais dit soit oui. Mais la tournure de phrase est quand même particulière. Je sais pas comment ça va se traduire dans le dialogue. Après, pour l'instant, elle nous a pas donné de raison de pas lui faire confiance. Hein. Mais bon, on va partir du principe qu'on fait confiance à personne, je pense. Ah merde, le stream qui a planté, mais c'est un problème de contenu. Ah! J'ai du refresh. Donc pub. Ah! Génial. C'était laquelle? C'était celle pour Amazon Prime avec The Man in the High Castle. J'arrête pas de me la taper celle-là. Axe, cuir et cookies. What? Je l'ai pas vu celle-là. Ah, du coup, t'avais vu le choix ou pas? Parce qu'en gros, elle nous demande, ouais, rejoignez-nous du côté de Sir Holm. Manipulation s'il n'est pas immunisé. Ah bah je sais plus. C'est une bonne question. Ah non, elle est immunisée à interrogatoire et logique, mais pas à la manipulation, et sa vulnérabilité c'est la psychologie. Donc je pense que on peut y aller tranquillou.
Of course, Emily. You know you have my full trust.
Louis, you're lying. That's not good.
Merde.
Any more of that and I might get upset. Admit, though, that it does make you think. There's still time, you know. Join us before it's too late.
Ah, on peut changer de camp? Déconne. Alors on pourrait faire... Alors pour l'instant on est agent double pour notre mère. On pourrait être agent triple. Ça peut être pas mal, hein. Toi qui vois pour ça. Intoxiqué, jauge de temps maximum. Oh, génial. Je changerais bien de camp, moi. Mais le Gregory Holm, je sais pas, il a l'air d'être aussi pas très fréquentable. C'est choisir entre la peste et le choléra, j'ai bien l'impression pour l'instant. Mais bon, on est manipulateur, on joue dans tous les camps à la fois, non? On va faire ça.
I admit, you've sown the seed of doubt.
Girouette.
But I don't know how Lord Mortimer's gonna take my last-minute change of mind.
Don't worry yourself about that, really. It's only discussions and verbal jousting. No one's going to die, whatever happens.
Bon, il parle de déclencher des guerres quand même. Hein.
To support you.
Very well.
Et il y a eu un meurtre.
You can count on me to join your side then. But don't tell anyone until the vote.
Promise.
Ah,
We'll
comme
make
ça,
a good
vote.
team. You'll see.
Tell me, are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
Ah. Lui mentir, c'est mort. Ça a l'air d'être un détecteur de mensonges sur pattes. On pourrait lui dire qu'on l'a revu. Hein.
I've seen her, Emily.
What? When was that?
A little earlier, just before the conference. She was hiding.
And did you manage to speak to her?
She's not the same. I don't know what's been happening to her, but she's changed. I found her in a deplorable state with one of her hands cut off. I mean, she was saying crazy things, bordering on delirium.
What? Did you say one of her hands was cut off? What happened to her?
I don't know. She wouldn't say.
And did she tell you why she shot Emma?
No. Unfortunately, we were unable to broach the subject. She seemed terribly upset, Emily. There's something strange going on here. She was fearful of something or someone.
Excuse me, Louis, but until we see proof of the contrary, she's the one who is sowing death everywhere she goes. We are the ones who ought to be fearful.
I know.
No, I apologize for that remark. Who do you think she's hiding from? Mortimer?
I don't know. Maybe.
Louis, I don't want to pile it on, but I would understand her feelings there. You ought to be wary of Mortimer. He's a manipulator, a liar, a coward who doesn't assume his responsibilities at all.
What exactly happened between you two, Emily? You're so radically against him.
Can we change subject, please? I didn't come here to go through all that again.
Of course, it's late. You're right.
Tom qui rate le round 2.
Come, Louis.
Mais j'aime pas notre mère ni Washington. Encore une vision. Allez.
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him.
He looks like he can be trusted. And Duchess Hillsborough. Why isn't she here?
She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. You ought to have a little more faith in her.
What are we going to do about Washington?
He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king.
Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing. To keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim.
He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
Oh oh. Il s'est fait choper, je pense. La transition Emily Holm Arf. Oui, effectivement. ça tranche. Hein. C'est violent.
Emily? Emily? Are you there?
Nope. Elle est partie.
Typical. There she goes again. What's with this habit of hers of taking off in the middle of the night?
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm coming. Thank you.
Come on, Louis. The game is back on.
My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me reassure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it. even though my choice won't count.
Against.
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 And you, Duke Manuel?
Well, you see, it is more complicated and it...
Godoy?
Come, Gregory. Don't try to impress my guests, please.
They are not your guests.
Gregory, anyone under my roof is by definition my guest. You included. I would be very grateful if you would let my guests speak. Duke Manuel, you were saying you still had some doubts?
Well, you see, the situation has changed since last night.
What's going on here, my Lord Duke?
You see, I gave it some thought during the night. New arguments have come to light.
What do you mean, Duke Manuel?
Sir Gregory, I regret to inform you that Spain will not support you in this operation. I vote for. Moreover, in response to arguments brought to my attention, I declare war on France.
What?
Huh?
What is he doing?
If you think France is afraid of you, you are dreaming.
Over 10 nations rise against you, young man, and you behave like a yapping little dog?
When the French armies are at your door, my Lord Duke, you will change your tune. Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What?
What?
So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
Oh,
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
For, of course.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My Lord Duke this.
Bah, je l'aime bien, lui.
Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, Camille!
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques.
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord.
Merde.
I shall no longer work for you.
Oh putain. On fait quoi? Moi je l'aime bien, le gars. Hein. Intervient, on est d'accord.
Wait!
De Richet, you just can't help it, can you? Stop trying to play the hero, man!
Comme ça sera ta faute quand il meurt, sympa. Ah par contre, je vais virer ça parce que s'il y a des trucs timés, je les verrai pas. Du coup c'est 2. Hop. Ah, il est faible à la psycho. Hein. Par contre 4. Ouais, tant pis.
Monsieur, I know I don't really know you, but you seem like a decent person.
I have done so many horrible things!
You blame yourself, I can see that. Everything's not lost.
I don't want to do bad things anymore.
You can take control of yourself again. You can fix whatever it is you've done.
Do you really believe that?
Of course, Jacques. You'll have all the time you need.
Je te laisse faire, tu seras seul responsable. Sympa. Alors la fille, il faut surtout pas en parler. Elle me pourra le protéger. Pas vraiment, c'est un anglais en plus. Logique, il a quoi comme immunité lui? Il a interrogation, je crois, interrogatoire. Ouais, je sais pas s'il en a d'autres. Putain, j'utiliserais bien. Faut bien que ça serve à quelque chose à un moment, les croix de Malte là. Putain, ça file rien du tout. je lui ferais bien ça, moi, quand même. Par contre, 4, trop cher. Je prends un objet.
Jack, you're not alone.
There's nothing you can do against him.
Of course there is. We've already started.
How can you say that, knowing he's already probably gotten rid of your mother, Louis?
No, he hasn't. She's still here. She's alive, Jack.
On est d'accord que les autres n'entendent pas.
Trust me.
Ah, vulnérabilité. Qui est vulnérable à l'étiquette, lui? Je vais le noter. Bon, tu me diras, s'il meurt, ça servira plus à grand chose. Apaise-le, sois ferme. Prends-lui les mains. Oula, non. Putain, ça coûte 4 en plus. Seule chance. Ah, en plus. On va prendre ça. Ouais.
This is not who you are. You're better than that.
You don't know me.
Yes, I do. I know you're no coward. So give me your weapon, please.
But
There's nothing to fear. I'm right here.
I don't want him to talk to me.
Don't worry. You're safe now, Jack.
Hé, réussi.
Monsieur Peru, you could have seriously hurt someone if Monsieur de Richet here hadn't stopped you. Your behavior is unacceptable. You would do better to go and rest in your apartment. My friends, we shall continue the conference later. I would like to apologize for the inexcusable behavior of my guest. We all need to recover from all of this excitement. Take the rest of the day off.
Bah voilà, il va prendre la place d'Emilie l'année prochaine. Ah. Là, on a quand même fait pas mal de trucs. J'ai couché avec Lady Hillsborough. J'ai appris que Sir Gregorian et Von Volner sont très liés. Ah non, j'ai confondu Godoy avec Volner sur le fait que... ouais. J'ai découvert que Jacques Perry est prêtre pour sa fille, oui. Oh bah non. On a fait l'essentiel. Alternative, j'aurais pu suivre Sir Gregorian. Au final, comme on a dit à Emily qu'on le rejoignait après, pourquoi pas, j'aurais pu découvrir un secret de Napoléon Bonaparte. Ah, c'est peut-être quand il parlait à Mortimer. Bon, on verra bien. Ah, 8 points. C'est la fête. Il y a quand même pas mal de trucs où en psychologie j'ai des malus parce que mon niveau est pas assez haut, donc je pense que je vais l'augmenter. Et il me reste 5 points. Conviction, ah, je sais pas, ça pourrait quand même servir à... au moins d'avoir le niveau 1 parce que ça nous bloque des possibilités de dialogue. Comme ça au moins on aura accès à toutes les possibilités. Il y aura juste le coup au point d'effort qui pourra nous empêcher éventuellement de les choisir, mais au moins ça sera ça. Et ouais, ce qui me fait peur, c'est que l'agilité, ça pourrait servir. Je sens que ça va s'emballer dans les. Enfin, en arrivant vers la fin, ça pourrait servir ça. De toute façon, j'ai pas assez de points pour avoir le niveau maintenant. Donc quoi je pourrais investir? logique, bof. Parce que ça c'est souvent redondant avec avec érudition, enfin des trucs dans l'occultisme. Allez, on va se tenter l'agilité niveau 2. Enjeu dangereux. Vétéran, niveau 10. Touche à tout. Effectivement.
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Peru has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well,
Comment il parle des Français, lui?
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course. Let us celebrate Louis's courage. He enabled us to avert a tragedy.
Yes, that was very noble of you, Louis.
You have given us all a fine lesson in courage.
Ouais.
Thank you.
He owes you his life. That's quite something.
That madman deserves to die.
We are providing Monsieur Peru with care, but rest assured, he is no longer a danger to himself or anyone else. I think
ça, ces phrases-là, elles me fait peur.
Can you stay a moment?
Of course.
Ouais, je vais rester. Mais attends, avant, je vais lire 2-3 bouquins. 3. L'art du serrurier, ça pourrait être pas mal. Conviction, occultisme, agilité. Alors ça, je vais le prendre. Je vais prendre le subterfuge et occultisme. Ouais. Qu'est-ce qu'il me veut, lui?
Louis, I wanted to thank you personally. I admire what you did to save Monsieur Peru's life. You have given us all a wonderful lesson in courage.
Don't mention it, my lord. You would have done the same. I was just quicker.
Humility is a fine quality, sir.
Where is he now?
In his room. I've sedated him. I don't want him trying to take his life again. Or, worse yet, attacking one of the guests. When in despair, Monsieur Peru is clearly a dangerous man.
Ça, c'est le jeu qui veut pas trop se mouiller dans le cas où tu l'aurais laissé crever. Alors lui, il a quoi? Il a science et occultisme en immunité, je crois. Science et conviction, pardon. Mais je pense qu'il doit aussi y avoir occultisme vu les... Waouh. Il s'est téléporté plusieurs fois, le pauvre Mortimer. Continue d'ailleurs. Il est bugué votre jeu, messieurs. C'est pas très grave, mais quand même. Un petit détail. Comme les paupières des gens quand ils clignent des yeux. De temps en temps, c'est un peu funky. Pourquoi tu voulu suicider? Non, ça on sait très bien pourquoi, enfin on s'en doute. Bon, en fait, tu nous dis pourquoi, hein. Même si on connaît pas les détails. Je m'attendais à quelque chose de la sorte. Pourquoi l'avoir invité? Psychologie, on peut la tenter, hein. C'est la French Touch. C'est vrai que pourquoi l'avoir invité? On sait pas trop, hein. Tribunal révolutionnaire. Ça m'intéresse plus que le reste. Je vais le tenter.
Tell me, my lord, what did you expect of him exactly? I found it difficult to understand what his role was here.
In fact, I asked him here to speak about our collaboration. His mission was soon to come to an end, and I was hoping to persuade him to slow down. I had a few interesting missions abroad to propose to him.
Did you tell him that?
I just let him know that perhaps it was time to move on to something else.
On that note, my lord, I'll be leaving you. Have we covered everything?
Absolutely. Oh, Louis, one more thing, please. I wanted to thank you for your support during the conference. You've made the right choice, and it gives me tremendous satisfaction to have you with me on this project.
Y a pas l'option oh mec on t'a trahi en fait. ça me perturbe de le voir stepper en face de moi. Ça vaut le coup ou on va perdre non, on a dit qu'on était agent double, on lui donne le change.
What is at stake is worth it, my lord. Now, I won't hide from you the fact that I have no idea by what miracle we could ever get a unanimous vote.
Trust me, Louis. We still have a few more cards to play. You'll see. Anything can happen in politics.
I'll see you later, my lord.
Je t'avais dit que le jeu irait dans le paranormal. Faux. Retournez dans votre chambre. Oui, pourquoi pas. Cool piaf. Alors je crois que... Je l'avais embarqué ou pas cet objet? Je crois que oui. Ouais. Parce qu'au final on a fini par utiliser pas mal d'objets. Il serait peut-être temps au moment de refaire le stock. Ouais, droite ou gauche, c'est à peu près le même... La même distance.
Yes, sir. Your guess is not sufficient. Tell the others, for crying out loud. Remember to close my window once you've done my room.
Tiens.
This isn't Corsica, you know. I'm freezing.
Of course, sir. I'll see to it straight away.
Good. Proceed.
Yes, sir.
Monsieur Bonaparte.
Louis, once again, bravo for what you did. If it weren't for you, Peru would have blown his brains out. You've got courage. I like this. We just lost a vote for the next conference, and we already had fewer votes than Holm. I must absolutely find a solution.
Bah on a perdu un vote, de toute façon ça change rien vu qu'il faut avoir l'unanimité, c'est pas la majorité. Hein. On se demande bien qui c'est avec cet accent. Ouais. Alors lui, conviction de son immunité je crois bien. Où est-ce qu'il est? Et politique, bien évidemment. Mais étiquette... Ah, il voudrait essayer de le convaincre, je pense. Le colloque passe avant tout, non. Je suis pas d'accord avec ça.
Excuse me, sir, but given recent events, I find it somewhat cavalier to return to your political preoccupations so quickly.
Yes, yes, I know. You must find me inhumane. But what can I do? We are here to decide upon the fate of our nations, Louis. It is time you realize what is at stake here. I hold nothing against Monsieur Peru personally, but what concerns me most right now is to not lose sight of the objectives of this meeting. In short, we haven't a minute to lose. I'll leave you now.
Just a minute.
Oui, c'est vrai. On pourrait essayer... Alors, il y a plusieurs façons d'aborder le sujet. Ça c'est un peu trop direct. Ce qu'elle voulait, ou alors juste l'amener... On va juste amener le sujet.
Can you tell me what Duchess Hillsborough proposed to you on the night of the conference?
I was sure you'd ask me that. Not that I hold the Duchess dear to my heart, but I do nevertheless have some scruples. I have noticed you hovering around her since you arrived, and I only have one piece of advice to give you. Don't forget why she came here, and don't delude yourself.
That makes two pieces of advice.
Ah, how you love having the last word. Now, Louis, time is running short, and as I said, I'm in a hurry. I have to go now. I will see you later.
Sir Jacques Perru?
Sorry, sir, but you cannot go through. We have very
Oh,
clear
l'autre.
instructions from Lord Mortimer. Monsieur Perru must rest.
Il s'est TP devant la porte, l'autre. Salaud. Ou alors il était à l'intérieur. Bon, bref. C'est qui ça déjà?
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Ouais. On vient juste de lui parler, c'est un peu con, mais bon. J'avais pas un objet que j'avais pas pu ramasser ici. Ouais, maintenant on peut fouiller gratos.
Carmelite water. They say
Voilà.
that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Tu seras pas venu pour rien. Bah, lui, il ferme la chambre de sa... Il ferme la porte de sa chambre au moins. C'est Emily ça.
Duchess Emily
Ouais.
Hillsborough.
No answer. Nothing. Emily? Emily, are you there?
Huh.
Emily!
Yes. Louis, is that you?
Yes, let me in.
I'm sorry, Louis. I don't feel very well. I'll see you later.
Are you sure everything's all right? Are you still there?
Tiens, tiens, tiens. C'est louche. Et je peux pas bouger. What the fuck? Ah, quand même. Insiste. Ouais, ouais, attends, non, mais je vais... Normalement, on peut y accéder de l'extérieur. Ah, je peux pas aller dehors. Chier. On pourrait... Ah non, de Perru, c'est mort, l'autre il veut pas nous laisser rentrer, et là on peut pas aller... Ouais, dommage. On va refrapper, hein. Je sais pas trop ce qu'est le manigance, mais... Ça porte pas à lui faire confiance. Hein. Oh, ça va refaire la même chose.
Emily, are you there? Emily!
Yes. Louis, is
Ah,
that
c'est le même
you?
dialogue.
Yes, let me in.
I'm sorry, Louis. I don't feel very well. I'll see you later.
Are you sure everything's all right? Are you still there?
Bon, tant pis. Ouais, une troisième fois. Et après on dit qu'on arrête.
Emily? Emily, are you there?
Le balcon, j'ai tenté, on peut pas. On pourrait y aller de la chambre de Perru, sauf que on peut pas nous laisser rentrer.
Yes, let me in.
I'm sorry, Louis.
Et la fenêtre dans la chambre
I don't feel very
de
well.
Bonaparte
I'll see you
et
later.
y a...
Are you sure everything's all right? Are you still there?
Bon. Elle change un peu sa ligne de dialogue à chaque fois, mais au final c'est le même résultat. Et ouais, donc on peut pas sortir par la fenêtre dans la chambre de Bonaparte. Je sais pas pourquoi, on nous donne pas la possibilité. Donc c'est tant pis.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Monsieur de Richet, I have no time. I was about to join Sir Gregory. Come back later.
I wanted to talk to you a moment and...
I am expected. I'm sorry. We shall talk later.
Allez, on... T'as pas de bol pour l'instant.
Huh, that's me.
Ouais, on va continuer un peu.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Alors lui c'est quand même le gars avec lequel on a le moins d'interaction. On l'a vu au début avec sa lettre et depuis plus rien.
President George Washington.
Pas dehors non plus. Et donc le balcon. Ça c'est marrant. Ils mettent pas le balcon sur la carte. Ah, il y a Von Wollner, bon, l'allemand il m'intéresse pas des masses. On va retourner dans votre chambre. Ah bah putain, je suis passé devant sans le voir.
Your Eminence.
Ah, Louis. Well done, my son. You may well have saved our lives. Who knows what that madman was capable of?
It was a reflex reaction.
And modest as well. Sarah would be proud of you. It's not going to help matters for Mortimer. Now he has one less vote for the conference.
Putain mais... Je comprends pas leur logique. Il faut avoir l'unanimité des votes. Qu'il ait perdu quelqu'un qui votait déjà pour lui, au final c'est ni un gain ni une perte. Par contre lui je sais plus si... Est-ce qu'il a... Immunité, érudition, vulnérabilité... Ah, manipulation. Il ne perd pas de vue ses intérêts, le bougre.
What do you expect? Mortimer has chosen his supporters.
Maybe he should have chosen more carefully. I hope that Monsieur Perrault's act will help you reconsider your choice, Louis. Sincerely. See where his support for Lord Mortimer got him.
Ouais, c'est vrai qu'il est pour Holm, lui. Ouais, il y a des logiques bizarres parfois dans le jeu, on est d'accord. Hein. Le nargué pour Godoy. Oh, peut-être pas, ça vaut pas le coup. Méfiez-vous de Godoy, oh. Ça coûte 3 en plus.
And what will your mother say when she finds out that you have triggered a war with your amateur diplomacy? This cannot be serious, really.
Thank you for your advice, Your Eminence.
Think nothing of it, Louis. See you later.
Bon. D'ailleurs, ça avance, Runaway. Bah, j'y pas retouché depuis... Depuis quand? J'ai plus exactement. J'en étais arrivé à la moitié. J'étais arrivé au village indien. Enfin, je suis pas encore au village indien, je le cherche. J'ai appris ce que c'était que le... à quoi servait le crucifix. C'est quelle chambre ça? Ah bah c'est celle d'Elisabeth.
Monsieur Johann van Wollner.
Merde, je vais y à côté moi tous les coups. Oh, tant pis. Tant que j'y suis. Je voulais pas y aller mais bon.
What do you want from me, de Richet?
Oh oh.
Get on with it. I'm busy.
Ils sont tous aimables.
What a tragedy about Mr. Parrot.
Are you joking? That bonehead had it coming to him.
T'avais fait les Yesterday? Non. J'ai fait les 3 Runaway, mais Yesterday je n'ai touché aucun. Alors lui... C'est... Occultisme. C'est personnel comment. On va le faire comme cela, ça coûte rien. Ça coûte rien non plus, 0. Je sais pas trop. On tente le psycho ou... On va tenter l'interrogatoire.
How can you say that?
Ever since I found out that footprints incriminating him were
Ah
found
oui,
next to Elizabeth's body, you can be sure that given the opportunity, I would have put a bullet in his mouth myself.
Pas très sympa, toi.
What a tragedy about Mr. Baru.
Are you joking?
Ah, on peut relancer le machin?
That bonehead had it coming to him.
Ah, on peut faire... on va tenter l'autre du coup.
You seem to have taken a personal stance. Am I wrong?
Ever since I found out that footprints incriminating him were found next to Elizabeth's body, you can be sure that given the opportunity, I would have put a bullet in his mouth myself.
I wanted to speak to you about the conference.
Listen, you chose your side. You had every possible reason to make the right choice, but you preferred to commit yourself to Mortimer. Good luck, because it's a lost battle. The subject is closed. Anything else?
As I was passing by your room, I wondered if you'd made any progress with your search for the Al-Azif.
Do you remember our little discussion last time, Derishe?
Indeed, I do.
So, please go straight to hell and stop wasting my time.
Excuse me, this is the wrong room.
Ouais. Je l'aime définitivement pas ce mec. Depuis le début je le sens pas. Ouais donc on est en train de faire tout le tour. Hein. Bon non on va repartir dans l'autre sens. Oui c'est l'amour fou entre nous. Faut vraiment pas se piffrer.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Bon, on va retrouver la chambre. Ah, est-ce qu'on a un visiteur? Ça a pas l'air.
Next time, I'll listen to my mother. Not a day has gone by without something happening to me. What now?
Louis, open up, please.
Coming, Mr. President, I'm coming!
Louis. Ah, there you are at last.
Yes,
I just saw your mother. She was accompanied by Emily, and they both went into the Duchess's room. I tried to join them, but I was refused entry. Louis, this does not bode well.
Shit. Emily might want to avenge her sister. I must act quickly.
You're right, Mr. President.
C'était donc ça le... Oula. Je sens le truc à la con arriver chez Our quoi. C'est quoi le chemin le plus court? Ah bah c'est juste du coup à gauche. Ah oui parce qu'en fait, c'est pour ça qu'à chaque fois je me plante. C'est que c'est les seules chambres qui sont sur l'extérieur de l'étage. Toutes les autres sont à l'intérieur. Ok. Et le fait d'aller dans le menu, ça a coupé la musique. Ah, effectivement, on entend des voix.
I do believe that's Emily's voice.
On fait quoi? On écoute ou on essaie d'entrer directement? Le fait d'écouter, ça va peut-être nous faire arriver trop tard. Ouais, tant pis. J'ai envie d'essayer de savoir de quoi elle retourne.
I can't understand what she's saying.
Bon, c'était un faux choix. Bon, on va frapper à la porte.
Emily! Emily, are you there? Answer me! Emily!
Bon, ça va se passer par la fenêtre, ça. Ah, on peut crocher la porte. Allez, hop. Ça coûte rien.
I can't open it.
Merde.
It must be blocked on the other side. I'll have to find another way in, quick.
Heureusement que ça coûtait rien. Sinon c'est vraiment le truc juste pour te faire perdre des points. Ah, ce coup-ci on peut y passer.
I have to get inside Emily's room through the... Shit! It's locked.
Depuis quand on ferme des portes à clé pour aller sur les balcons? Finesse. Du coup, est-ce qu'on peut aller voir dans la chambre de Perru? Non, c'est bloqué. J'aurais bien aimé voir s'il était effectivement sous sédatif ou s'il lui avait fait autre chose de plus grave. Tu vois. C'était pas ici? Ah non, c'est la chambre sur le côté, ok.
It's as if there are several people inside.
Once again, you're the one who's the victim in all this. What are you on about now?
Ouh, elle a un flingue.
I told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Stop. We'll end up
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers.
Madam, thank you for consoling.
Oula, il y a encore par terre.
What on earth is...
What?
You... Mother?
How dare you do this to me? You can talk after everything I've done for you. You are joking, I hope, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Emma. Now that Louis is here, you will leave Sarah alone. Cease your revenge immediately. What? If you think you're going to... Louis, help me, I beg you. I can no longer reason with her. I am Emily. Quit playing games. What? Honestly, don't be ridiculous. No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart. After everything we've been through together.
Yes, well...
Don't you dare bring him into this. This is between you and me. I ask for nothing more, so stop taking it out on Sarah. You prissy little bitch. How dare you? Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? You are joking, I hope. I'm the one who told you everything that's been going on while you were away. Go on then. That's what you want, isn't it? You want to kill me. Go on then, shoot. After all the trouble I've gone through to find you. Go on. What are you waiting for? Here, Louis, take this.
Wait, what's going...
An entire life for this. Go on, shoot. Sorry, Louis, I can't shoot her. She's my sister. That's enough, Emma. Louis, out of the way. She's dangerous. Don't trust her. What are you trying to do? Louis, out of the way. I am not Emma. Come on, Louis, tell her who the real Emily is.
Wait,
That's right, Louis. I'm fed up with this little game. Tell him who the real Emily is.
Why do these things always happen to me?
Well, Louis, come on, you know how to tell us apart, right?
Yes, but I'd like to ask you a few questions
Ouais,
to make
laissez-moi
sure
poser des
there's no
questions.
doubt.
Rational and openly.
Putain.
Let's see.
How can I tell them apart?
Si je me plante, Tom va me
I've got an
tuer.
idea.
On the night of our arrival,
Oh fuck. D'en face parce que c'est elle qui essaie d'embrouiller. On va voir. Que m'avait... Ah oui si. Ça, le mouchoir.
you gave me something. I wasn't feeling very well, and you gave me something. What was it?
My handkerchief. And you even
Okay.
kept it. It was stained with your blood. Louis,
Shit.
I already told her. This is all a waste of time. I'm the one who told you.
Right. Let's find something else. Ah, yes. Let's speak about my arrival at the manor.
Ça peut être drôle de faire des choses avec sa sœur sachant... Putain. Toujours à celle d'en face. Hein. Oh putain.
On the night of our arrival, we were warming ourselves in front of the fire. Mortimer welcomed us in a very odd way. What happened?
It won't work, Louis. It wasn't Mortimer who welcomed us. It was Sir Gregory. Sorry, Louis. I already told her.
Very well.
Let's try something else.
On the first night, we went up to bed, but I wasn't tired. I went for a little stroll.
Ah après, oui non, c'est con, il faut que j'arrive à parler à celle qui essaye d'usurper le... Parce que sinon l'autre a juste à dire derrière, oui je suis au courant, je sais moi qui lui ai dit. Ah. Ah j'aurais peut-être dû changer, voilà, putain fait chier. Que vous avais-je pris? Rien. Avez-vous reproché quelque chose? Ah je sais plus.
We ran into each other a little later. The situation in which we talked made you reproach me for something. What was it?
I did not appreciate you entering my room uninvited. I would have rather you had come for a different reason than to spy on the room next door. Don't think you're going to get away with this deception so easily. I can assure you, you're going to regret pretending to be me once Louis has exposed you.
Right. I don't think I'll get very far like this. I'll have to find something better.
Oh, I don't think I'll even wait until he's finished.
Take it easy now.
Are you mad, Louis?
Lower your arm.
I better act quickly if I don't want things to get out of hand.
Come on, she's putting one over on you. Look at yourself for crying out loud. You were prepared to shoot me down.
In the secret room behind the study. Talk to them about what you've been doing. Maybe they haven't spoken about it between each other yet.
On the night of the disappearance of Elizabeth Adams.
What about it? What do you want to know about that night?
C'est vrai qu'on sait pas comment elle a passé la Gorgone.
We found ourselves in Mortimer's secret gallery. What did we find in that room?
A load of old junk that Mortimer had collected. A so-called Pandora's box in the form of an urn. An old sheepskin that he must take for the Golden Fleece. The Bible of Judas. Property deeds as old as the hills. And a broken old sword. You are wasting your time, Louis. She already knows all that. Of course I do. I was there. That's enough! I've had enough of this charade. Louis, there's only one way to tell us apart. There's just one thing I didn't tell her about in detail. Too bad for you, Emma. I didn't want it to come to this, but you leave me no choice. Ask her about you and I. You just lost, Emma. I indeed didn't tell you everything about it. Come, Louis.
speak about our intimacy.
Very well, let's talk about us.
On sait même pas s'il est avec laquelle on a couché, parce que si ça se trouve... Ah putain. Ça craint. Elles auraient très bien pu échanger leur position à n'importe quel moment en fait. Ah ouais, c'était peut-être déjà pas la même, donc... Elle est faible face à la psycho. Putain, plus 1. Hop, 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 hop. Ah non, ça coûte que 1, ok.
Last night, you came to visit me and I can't help wondering why. Why did you come to my room?
Louis, you must be mistaken. I did not go to your room last night, and that's where your little game ends, Emma. Because I never told you about it. So, there you can't answer.
What? No! You didn't do that.
I didn't want you to be jealous of Louis. Remember how you always used to react whenever you felt you were competing against a man?
You dirty...
That's enough. I've had enough of this charade.
That's enough, both of you. Now I know who the real Emily is.
Bah non. Oh putain. Ah ce choix de merde. Parce que celle qui est venue nous voir hier, c'était peut-être pas Emily en plus. Ah putain. Ah, j'en sais rien du tout. Donc toi tu dirais que Emily est face à nous. Vu que c'est celle qui savait pas pour la nuit d'hier. Putain mais y a aucune... Putain. Y a aucune façon de savoir. Alors soit le jeu est tordu et effectivement il n'y a qu'une façon de savoir, soit il le garde très simple et il suppose que le joueur a uniquement interagi avec Emily jusque là. Ces vulnérabilités, il n'y a que la psycho je crois. Enfin au moins quand on est au courant. Ah bah je peux pas avoir accès au menu de toute façon. Donc c'est celle qui était en face de nous qui savait pas pour la nuit dernière. Là, on a eu un truc qui nous bloquait. Je voulais voir si on était déjà au courant. Au courant de quoi ? N'empêche dans le jeu, j'ai l'impression qu'ils ont un peu de mal avec les boucles au niveau des animations quoi. Ou alors ils s'attendent pas à ce que les gens prennent autant de temps à faire leur choix. Une vulnérabilité, les deux sœurs on peut... Ah. Après celle derrière nous a dit je peux pas faire ça, je peux pas tirer sur notre sœur. Et c'est vrai qu'elle a l'air d'y être attachée parce que rapport à l'espèce de médaillon, je me souviens plus quel nom de ça, qu'on avait trouvé justement dans la chambre cachée. Moi je dirais quand même qu'elle est derrière nous. Après c'est elle qui nous a filé le flingue aussi. Moi je dirais qu'Emily est derrière nous. Mais... Après, je sais pas, ça sent quand même le coup du salaire planifié quoi, enfin je sais pas. Enfin, non, ça voudrait vraiment dire que c'est planifié et que... Alors après elle a dit... qu'a priori la sœur est jalouse. Ah putain, ça pourrait très bien celle en face en fait. Si on se plante, je sais pas. Je sens que Tom va nous tuer. Est-ce que je mise tout sur le fait que... C'est surtout est-ce que son comportement m'a paru bizarre hier en fait. Moi, je dis la vraie en face. Non mais je crois que je vais changer d'avis en fait. Je vais te rejoindre là-dessus. Pour moi ça serait... Donc c'est pour la beauté du truc. Pour moi ça serait beau qu'elle ait tenté à ce point là d'être aussi vicieuse, de se faire passer pour sa sœur le jour de... Enfin la veille, et de tenter ça juste après quoi. Allez.
It's you, Emily.
No, Louis! She is manipulating you!
Profileur. Ah!
No, Emma. It's her. I know it. Despite all the trouble you've gone to put one over on me, I know it is her.
That's enough now, Emma. You little slut! Don't think you are going to get away with this so easily. You are going to stop your little game right now. Never! I am Duchess Hills.
Oh putain.
No,
Emily?
I am the Duchess.
But...
You don't. Dear God, what have I done? See what you've done. See?
Louis?
Mother!
What on earth is...
Go away. You must go. Everyone is going to arrive.
Louis, what's going on?
Duchess, is everything all right?
Come on, Louis. There's nothing more you can do.
But I...
Leave us.
Emily, what's going on?
Mother, go to the crypt. I'll meet you there.
I'll be waiting for you.
Emily.
Madam, I am coming in.
It was bound to end like this, Louis. Let me stay with her. Please. Go. I'll cover you.
A priori, on a fait le bon choix.
What are you doing there? Stop!
God damn it. Now what's going on?
Il faut aller dans la crypte. Putain mais c'est qui? C'est l'allemand? Il s'est fait frapper lui. Il a fait pour ta face. Je t'aime pas. Ah bah c'est notre mère qui a dû l'assommer quand elle est passée. C'est bien, tu suis mon esprit tordu. Oui. Enfin tordu. Surtout que c'est... Enfin pour moi c'est plus... Je suis plus satisfait que le personnage ait fait ça, plutôt que... c'est... Moi je sais pas. Tu peux voir à quoi correspond le profileur. Oh l'allemand. Il est juste assommé ça.
They must have heard the gunshot.
Where is Lord Mortimer?
Can anyone hear anything through the door?
On va peut-être pas passer devant eux. Hein. Tu veux que j'aille voir? On va aller voir. C'est dans quoi? J? Non. Très. L'usage de la compétence interrogatoire coûte 1 point d'effort de moins. Vous pensez à... Ah vous pensez avoir identifié la vraie Emily. Donc je pense qu'on l'avait de toute façon. Oh putain. Donc on sait toujours pas. Ok. Le jardin, le jardin. C'est bien tourné, GG le jeu là. Ouais, c'est... le suspense est total.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Je vais récupérer maintenant.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. All right. I've retrieved everything.
Bon, là il y en a plus. Hein? Il avait du retard? Ouais. Non. Ça rame toujours dans cette salle, c'est quand même assez impressionnant. Bon, dans le doute, je l'appellerai M. Mali maintenant. Il y avait pas un truc que j'ai pas pu ramasser ici? Je sais plus. Peut-être pas.
Louis! At last, there you are.
Mother, wait,
Come, we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
Time is running out, Louis. First, we must...
No! That's enough. I won't go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here. I beg you, talk to me.
You must trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
You would never believe me.
I came all the way here for you. Now I found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only... Louis, I have always taught you to keep your mind open and rational. I know you are going to find this hard to believe, but what I am going to reveal to you is entirely true.
Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us.
I beg your pardon?
And that they can influence our thoughts.
What?
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're exhausted, but for crying out loud, listen to what you're saying. Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus? What do your demons look like? Have they horns and a pointed tail?
No, these are not creatures with billy goat's legs. Forget your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits. They possess their hosts and direct them from inside.
Parasitic spirits?
Yes, they are capable of going from one body to another as they see fit.
What?
And 2 of them are present on this island.
What?
Right, so let me guess.
Putain. Ça part en cacahuète. Le croque-mitaine et le Père Noël. Le truc le plus évident, ça serait Mortimer et Holm. Hein.
Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory, right?
You felt it too?
No, even if Holm does look the part. But I don't know who else could do it, given that we're on their territory.
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Alizif, I was persuaded that von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Holm had sent Volner to get it for him.
Holm and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis. Not just those 2.
Mother, have you any proof to support any of this?
Of course, but you do too. You had everything laid out in front of you. Didn't you notice anything?
Ah si, il y avait quand même l'histoire du fait que, a priori, Mortimer aurait vécu plus longtemps que... Enfin, sur les actes de propriété de sa collection. Hein. C'est le seul indice qui pourrait indiquer ça, sinon, par ça... Je l'avais dit que ça va bien nous préparer au Call of Duty. Et les téléportations de Mortimer. Oui, aussi. Non, les actes de propriété.
Well, those property deeds across the world, all signed by the same hand and over several centuries.
I am proud of you, Louis.
I found your notes, written in lemon juice.
Where all eyes size you up. At one stage, I was so afraid of losing my mind that I noted everything down. Congratulations, Louis. Wait, please tell me you didn't open Pandora's box.
The urn? Yes, I did. Why?
Too bad. We'll deal with it later.
Putain, ça part en cacahuète. Je dis que Mortimer peut voyager dans le temps. C'est pour ça qu'il a le livre que tu connais et mystère. Ah oui, effectivement. Ça se tient. Ah, il y a un autre truc. Il y a vraiment personne qui le connaît? Ah si, il y a le bureau secret.
I went beyond the Nightmare Mother.
You understood the Masonic date.
Ça, c'était pas trop dur.
1191.
Of course! It was during that siege that the demon took possession of Sir Mortimer.
Ah.
They spent a whole night in conversation until the early hours of the morning. Mortimer had passed the test. He had charmed the demon, and so it chose him to be its host for centuries to come. But tell me, did you find his secret study?
I did indeed.
Did you see his maps of the world?
He has contacts the world over.
Yes, I've been developing the Golden Order across the world for many years, and I've never seen anyone with such influence. It's simply inhuman.
Après c'est tout parce que le colloque, quoi que...
You mean the conference?
How can you explain that someone manages to bring together so many important figures without anyone knowing?
And without any security or personnel.
C'est vrai que personne le connaît.
I must admit, I found it difficult to understand how and why Mortimer didn't have a place in history.
On the continent, Mortimer and Holm are mere dandies who organize society balls. History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents. Louis, I am proud of you. You came all this way, you found me, you have surpassed me.
You taught me everything I know.
Ouais, et nous on s'est pas fait mutiler.
Right. How did it all begin?
I saw him!
What do you mean you saw him?
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree. I traveled the world in search of adventure. In the Persian Gulf, we came across an ancient grimoire that became unlocked. Composed of 7 parts, each one was a book in itself, set in a sort of metal armor that structured the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they formed a single book. On my return to Paris, I set to studying these pages. I spent all my days and nights studying them.
Oh, I can imagine you doing that.
But the writing was in a language I had never seen before, developed well before Sumerian in my opinion. So I got the idea to form a small occult circle composed of all the major names in the occult world to see if anyone else could crack it.
And you found no one.
And I found someone, Louis. I found him, or rather he found me. He was young, charismatic, he was flamboyant.
Mortimer?
You mean Mortimer?
He was a veritable mine of knowledge. I showed him the book, and he was able to decipher a few passages. We spent several months together studying the pages.
He was already old in those days, wasn't he? So you recognized him when you arrived on the island, right?
No, he wasn't in that body. But I know it was him. I swear it was him. The way he spoke, his posture, a few of his intonations, his mannerisms.
Wait a minute. You were talking about 60 years ago. I've lost the thread.
Yes, sorry. He helped me understand certain passages until I realized that he only translated a few parts for me. But I had aroused his interest. It was too late.
How so?
I mean to say he manipulated me. He used me, and in the end, he stole the book with all its secrets.
Did he ever go to your place?
Not once. At least I don't think so. But before disappearing, he proposed a pact between us. He proposed that I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
And you refused, of course.
Why, naturally, Louis. You don't make deals with the devil. After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later, in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics who had crossed paths with him once. 1741, in Poland. 1749, in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis.
You agreed, and that was before you spoke to me about demons. Wait, the baby we delivered, you and me, that night in Venice, did he have anything to do with Lord Mortimer?
The child was his son.
We stole his son? Are you insane? I always thought we took him to save him.
That was the case. It was precisely to save him from his father.
Need I remind you the mother died during childbirth? What became of the child?
Later. For the moment, that is not the key issue here. Once we found the Al-Azif in Paris, I followed von Borchart's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Wait a minute, one last thing.
Ça me donne aussi envie de relire les Blake et Mortimer. Ils les avaient adaptés en dessin animé, je crois, les Blake et Mortimer, parce que je crois que c'est comme ça que j'avais découvert, moi. J'avais bien. Avec Elisabeth, c'est pourquoi Emma aussi. Oh putain. Et les canons aussi. Allez, on va demander pour Emma en premier.
I want to know what happened between you and Emily's sister.
Great responsibility often brings difficult choices, Louis. That's all you need to know.
Non, non, dis-moi tout.
Mother, I won't take a step further if you don't answer me.
You dare blackmail me?
I'm listening.
All right, I used her. So there you are. Happy now? We had the Al-Azif, and I didn't think we would be able to escape with it. In order to ensure that the book did not fall into their hands, or that one of them couldn't read in us where we had hidden it, I asked Emily to...
It's Emma.
Yes, or rather for me, it was Emily. So I asked Emma to hide it without anyone seeing. And then I disposed of her. I am sorry for her, but she was part of the Golden Order, Louis. She knew the rules when she joined.
What? Attends, mais ah, d'accord que si elle l'avait abattu, la scène qu'on a eue juste avant, c'est pas possible. Il y a un truc qui colle pas. Ouais, puis ils étaient bien les dessins animés fidèles au BD. Ouais, je me souviens que c'est... Enfin, moi j'avais bien aimé à l'époque. Et si tu me dis que c'est fidèle au BD, ça peut être intéressant. Des triplés, bah, je sais pas, mais... et en plus, elle nous dit qu'elle avait l'impression de s'adresser à Emily. C'est-à-dire qu'Emma se faisait déjà passer pour Emily. C'est une possibilité. Mais ça colle pas trop, enfin je sais pas. Parce qu'a priori Emily est venue pour retrouver sa sœur, et tout le monde était plus ou moins au courant. Ou pas, en bas. Et des trucs trop louches.
I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
On peut tuer la mère, je l'aime pas, elle m'embrouille. Oh, tout de suite. C'est pas bien de... Elle est handicapée maintenant en plus. C'est pas honte. Non, j'ai envie de savoir.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I want to know.
She was one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got inside her. The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't think it was Mortimer. Her father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep. In spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try everything.
Do you know who killed her?
Absolutely not.
Abréger ses souffrances. T'es vache, toi.
What did you negotiate about the Al-Azif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
Since when does the Order finance wars?
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow? Listen, once in the lion's den, I did whatever I could to appear legitimate. So yes, I pretended to be interested in Mortimer's project about a young military man who was seeking funding for a foundry in Tuscany. Between you and me, if buying China would have enabled me to escape, I would have signed without hesitation.
Samuel Ritter du Choix, you wanted to send me a letter about Godoy.
I wanted you to run a check on Duke Manuel. But frankly, it doesn't really matter anymore now. Godoy is just a pawn like the others. He is not the one I was looking for.
On the evening of my arrival, Cardinal Piaggi came looking for you. He was determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to believe that it is the least of our worries. We can sort that out later.
Are you going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Better than that. I shall show you.
Ah, donc elle va nous le montrer là. Ok. Bon. Terminé pour les questions.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He wants the United States to occupy all the North American territory. France should recover Louisiana and give it to the United States. In that case, the Americans would just have to push west to chase the Spanish from the continent once and for all.
And as Mortimer controls Washington, you may just as well say that it will put him at the head of a world superpower. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
Are you going to tell me why we're here?
There. That's why we are here.
Ah putain. On a même pas le choix, on lui dit tout. Bah oui, mais en même temps c'est plus en fonction de ce qu'on a fait avant, des possibilités de déterminer si on peut lui faire confiance ou pas, je pense. Et pour l'instant, moi j'ai envie de dire oui, même s'ils sont délire de démons, on va attendre avant de voir s'ils sont vraiment partis dans ce truc-là. Mais bon. Oui, donc ils sont vaches parce que même là, ouais, c'est ça, l'une des deux. C'est pour ça que... c'est des salauds, ils jouent avec nous jusqu'au bout. J'ai réussi à passer par la chambre de Napoléon Bonaparte sans laisser trace. Ah oui, c'est vrai qu'on aurait pu... Sachant que juste avant, en plus, il avait gueulé à propos de sa fenêtre qui était restée ouverte. J'aurais pu être témoin de la résolution de Napoléon Bonaparte. Ouais, ok. Ah oui, ça je pense que c'est si on avait été les voir après être retourné dans le couloir en repassant par le balcon. Tous les coups. J'aurais pu apprendre quelque chose sur Al-Azif. Ah merde. J'aurais pu passer par la chambre de Jacques Perru pour aller sur le balcon. C'est vrai ça? Ah, s'il avait... oui, ok, s'il était mort, à tous les coups. Parce que là, vu qu'il était... vu qu'on lui a sauvé la vie, qu'il était a priori sous sédatif dans sa chambre, on ne le laissait pas rentrer. Donc ça, je pense que c'était lié au choix de s'il avait été mort avant. Donc effectivement, les alternatives, c'est pas forcément des alternatives qui étaient possibles pendant le chapitre, je pense. Bah oui, bah voilà, ta faute, on aurait pu voir Emily. Comment ça? Double jeu.
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're even capable of doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 5 objects before we try anything.
Are the 5 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
Wow, il se fait tard là. Si tu me balances des énigmes comme ça. Ah, le chapitre Fetch Quest. Ah ouais, un peu. Ouais. Alors moi, ce que je me demande, c'est que Mortimer, il la cherche depuis le début. Ce que je comprends pas, c'est que le putain de passage secret en plein milieu du jardin, c'est lui l'architecte, c'est lui qui sait qu'il y a un gros coffre dessous. Il a pas pensé à aller vérifier. Bon, tu me diras, il y a un garde, a priori, elle a tué un garde. Mais à un moment, il doit bien quand même s'en apercevoir, quoi. C'est là, j'ai un peu de mal à y croire, quand même. Surtout si en plus, comme elle le suppose, il y a un truc qui est censé pouvoir le combattre, entre guillemets, peu importe ce que ça veut dire. On a tendance à se dire qu'il le protège un peu plus que ça, quoi. Alors bon, on verra bien. Alors on va commencer par la croix.
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Perfect. Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it. When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Bah bravo. Putain. Ah, ça tombe un peu dans la facilité du... Ouais, effectivement, la quête FedEx, là. Avec une raison bidon. Ah, je l'ai fait tomber. C'est l'architecte squelette qui s'est occupé de tout ça. Ouais, mais l'autre il est forcément au courant. Et qu'elle fasse un effort de mémoire. Ah, ça coûte qu'un.
Remember, Mother. I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Would you have lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area. I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect. I'll search the crypt before leaving.
Ok. Des clous. C'est pas les clous qu'il y avait dans le bureau de Mortimer, ça?
Some nails?
Don't ask me. I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know.
Je pense que
When
oui.
I arrived, there were already a few of them inserted, so I didn't have to worry about those. On the other hand, I remember seeing some in Mortimer's secret study, behind his nightmare.
In a golden cup? Yes. Yes, I saw them too.
Perfect. It will be easy for you to find them then. You need 3 of them.
Very well.
You remember what to do about the
Ah, il y en avait
rollers.
3 en plus.
1191 to enter, and 6466 to exit.
Of course.
Oh, ça je m'en souviens bien. La Mortimer c'est l'équivalent du roi Minos et le squelette c'est des dalles. Tout puzzle. Ah, un peu, ouais.
Exegesis. Anything else?
Did you manage to vanquish the Medusa?
To open the chimney? Yes, absolutely.
So you've already come across
Ah oui,
it.
oui, c'est vrai.
It's the Bible of Judas that is exposed in the secret room.
On en avait parlé
behind
avec
the chimney.
Emily.
Why do they call it an exegesis?
Because that's what it is, and not an apocryphal Bible, strictly speaking. It's the study of a text with a summary, not an actual Bible. Anyway, well done for the Gorgon. You did well. You didn't get tricked by the light bouncing back.
Thanks. Do you think I can take it safely?
We haven't got a choice, Louis. Without it, we won't be able to work out this cursed mechanism.
This is the book in which you left your correspondence with Duchess Hillsborough, isn't it?
That's right.
You still believe it's in the tower room, don't you?
I don't know. There is only one way to find out, though.
Right. I shall go and see. There's one in the portrait gallery.
Yes, but it's enormous. If you don't want to have to go back and forth several times, then I suggest you get a smaller one.
What did you do then?
I didn't think I'd need one. I started without one, and I lost my hand before I did need one.
Ah bah bravo.
And you can see the result.
C'est un peu débile comme erreur ça. Ouais, là c'est très jeu vidéo. Ouais, on est d'accord.
What do you mean by the concordance of dates exactly?
Don't worry about that. We already have them. They are written on the back of the message I just gave you.
Vous avez filé un message? Ah, ok.
One last thing before you go. Be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud. How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the guests start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us.
And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is 6466.
Ah bah ça va. On est au courant. Par contre, manuscrit équipé 3, mais on en a que 2. C'est dommage. Bon, diversion, conviction. Et de toute façon, on n'a plus le choix. Alors j'espère qu'on garde le point. Ah oui, effectivement, je me souviens de cette... Ah non, non, ça ressemble à une note qu'on avait déjà vue. Milord, j'ai fini la mise à jour de la serrure de votre porte blindée. Comme convenu, vous aurez besoin de plusieurs éléments afin de l'ouvrir. La croix de Clément, note Sarah, déjà trouvée. Des clous récupérés par Mortimer, cachés dans son eau. La Bible du cœur. Ouais, bon, ça c'est tous les indices dont on a eu. Et la sphère armillaire, je suis sûr qu'on en a déjà vu une plus petite, mais je me souviens plus. Correspondance des dates. 17 octobre 84, 30 Ramadan moins 55, 54, 30, ouais. Bon, ça on verra après quand on aura tout récupéré.
see if I can work it out myself. It looks like a kind of control panel.
There's a cross-shaped slot there. I'd say you've got to place a claymore the third cross in it. Looks like certain mechanisms I've seen before. I wouldn't be surprised if I had to put the claymore the third cross in it.
Tell me, Mother, you wouldn't know anything that might save me some time, would you?
That's where you'll have to put the Clement III cross.
Ok. Super
You
évident.
insert the cross into the slot, and it will open the iris.
Ah, et puis elle a dû se planter. Oui, ok. Ce qui est quand même du sang. Hein.
You ought to go, Louis. If someone finds us here, the situation might well become seriously complicated.
Par contre, ça explique pas son espèce de blessure au visage.
What on earth is that? A disc with information engraved in the metal? An iris that should open, I imagine, and blood.
Mother? The dried blood. There.
Yes, it's mine. Sorry if I stained everything, but I must admit that, at the time, my thoughts were more on the pain than cleaning up after myself.
There are Roman numerals, Arab numbers, and town names.
Go on. I'm listening. What do you think?
Tell me, I imagine that once we've solved this enigma, the iris opens, right?
Exactly.
On each engraved piece of information, there's a hole. Those are for the nails, right?
That's absolutely right.
Et puis le reste, ça coûte un point. On y reviendra plus tard.
Did you succeed in opening this iris?
Yes, by putting the cross on the console and the 3 nails on the disc, the iris opens. It gives access to a hole where I put my hand, thinking I could fully open the iris. There's a handle at the bottom, and as you can see, it didn't turn out very well for me.
Terre Bethesda, ça explique les bugs. Bon, il paraît que la croix est dans le coin.
Famous cross of
voilà.
Clement III. Perfect. And one key found. A cache.
Par contre, je pense qu'on on va s'arrêter là. Il est déjà minuit et demi. Alors, est-ce que je peux sauvegarder ou est-ce que le jeu sauvegarde automatiquement? En gros, je pense que le jeu sauvegarde automatiquement. Ouais, je pense que je suis pas loin. Je pense que la fin de l'épisode, c'est une fois qu'on a récupéré les 5, enfin tous les objets là et qu'on a résolu l'énigme. Donc ouais, on aura pas mal avancé. Et ça va, au niveau des choix, je suis satisfait de ce qu'on a fait. J'ai réussi à sauver Perru, ça j'y tenais, parce que le gars ça a pas l'air d'être un mauvais goût. Et par contre ouais, le seul truc c'est qu'on sait toujours pas pour Emily quoi. J'ai hâte de savoir, ou pas, si jamais on s'est planté. La suite dimanche soir, oui, il y a des chances, ouais. Il y a des chances que ce soit comme les semaines passées. Ouais. Ou samedi si personne fait un live, je sais pas encore, on verra bien. Au pire, ce sera dimanche soir. Ah, il a mis une annonce ailleurs? Bah, de toute façon, au pire, ça sera dimanche, sinon au pire, on verra bien. Demain soir, premier live de Totor, puis moi. D'accord, ok. Ah, Totor s'y met aussi? Oui, c'est vrai, il participe au relais Disney, non, c'est ça? C'est bien, ça lancera bien le week-end. Alors... C'est ça, enfin c'est pas officiel. Comment ça c'est pas officiel? Ah, il y a le double sur Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. J'ai... ouais. Bon, ce soir on va changer un peu, on va héberger le double, ça fait longtemps, longtemps que je l'ai pas vu en live. Bon, au final, il n'y aurait eu que toi ce soir. Moi, je dis toujours, du moment que moi j'ai un spectateur, c'est bon, ça me va. Donc c'est très bien comme ça. Après c'est vrai que j'ai pas trop reparlé, enfin j'ai pas trop fait de pub pour le fait qu'il y avait live ce soir, mais bon. Après peut-être que le jeu intéresse pas les gens, hein, je peux comprendre aussi. Problème de connexion, donc on peut pas faire le tic et tac ensemble, d'où la race et l'arche. D'accord. Je le referai pépère suivi du 2 dimanche après. Ok. Ouais, c'est dur de prendre le jeu au milieu si t'as pas suivi le début. Bah oui, tout à fait, ouais, ça j'ai pas du tout de mal à le comprendre. Tiens, je suis en train de m'apercevoir que le OBS est intelligent. Quand il a une image fixe, il diminue automatiquement le débit, même si on a mis plus dans les settings. Parce que je crois que j'avais mis, je sais plus si je suis à 1800 ou à 2000 kbps par seconde, et là depuis que je suis sur l'écran de continuer, où du coup bah y a rien qui bouge, il est redescendu à 1100 automatiquement. Ah c'est pas mal. Hein. Eh bah écoute, de rien, je te souhaite une bonne soirée, ou une bonne nuit. Si ça t'intéresse, comme j'ai dit, il y aura le double sur Chocobo Mystery Dungeon que je vais hoster. Et sinon, bah, je te souhaite une bonne nuit. Je te dis bah, ce week-end pour la suite du jeu. Et à demain, du coup, pour ton live. Allez, ciao ciao.